One of the things that we find in all animals is that they have pelvic issues and sacral issues, cats included. And just like with people, if the base of the spine is altered in any way, it has a tendency to throw off other areas in the spine. Now, the interesting thing about cats is that they always have the very top bone, which is the atlas, on the right. Dogs and horses, it will be on the left. Nobody knows why that is, but that's very common. So if a sacrum is back like this and is putting pressure on to the branches of the sciatic nerve, you want to do something manually to just go in and do that and just kind of push that back, because if it's back like this, it's pinching the nerve. If it go like that, it relieves that pressure and allows good function into the legs. And we always check areas above that. The lower back and the neck area we treat manually, and then we do the other areas with a handheld tool, which is more successful than the hands. So we're just adjusting the atlas and C6. So those two are usually out when the sacrum is out. And then we use this handheld tool, which is part of a technique called VOM technique, veterinary orthopedic manipulation. And so we just go down. The principle here is that if there is any rotational change in the bone, the opening where the nerve comes out will be compressed, so that by striking the spinous process, it just reseats itself. So that's what we're doing now, identifying if there's any problems and trying to make correction in that area. They don't feel anything, the noise sometimes aggravates them. Very good. So this is a technique that never would injure an animal. It only is a positive thing. So I've been doing this for many, many years, 15 to be exact, and thousands of animals, and we've never had an animal that's been hurt by it. Next, when we, after we've done that, each nerve that comes off has 300,000 nerve fibers. So once this is reseated and correct, there are still some loose fibers. So by going right adjacent to the spinous process, we can actually connect some of the wiring. Now we kind of get squirmy on this, but that's okay. It actually feels like a massage, which after a while they go, oh, that doesn't feel too bad. And most of the human patients say, I'm gonna lay on the table next, and then you can do that to me. So right now we're trying to connect all those circuits. And I guess I should reiterate, if somebody's gonna be looking at that if you get on drmarkmcclure.com, you can see what I'm doing, and it'll explain exactly why we're doing what we're doing. Always when we are done with that, one of the things that you want to do, especially if there's been an area that's got some pretty significant rotation, there's inflammation. The way to remove the inflammation is to do cold laser, and that's what we're going to do next. Cold laser goes into an area, removes the inflammation, repairs damage to the tissue, and also assists in setting down new tissue. So it's a wonderful thing to use, and a very relaxed and comfortable cat now, which is good. So it takes a minute to go on. Zirconia is a good machine. It can be used for people and animals. There's over 3,000 different settings, but this little machine is $14,000. So we always want to be careful what we're doing, because I treat all kinds of animals, and we have had pigs chew on this and all kinds of crazy stuff. So next we're going to do a setting that's specific, and if you look at that, you'll be able to see that it's kind of a laser light show that's going on down there. But that's going into that tissue, it's going into the sacral area that we just adjusted, and like I said, it's removing inflammation, repairing any kind of damage, and assisting in setting down new tissue. So that's what we're going to be doing, and then we will be done.
Binx, you're so good.
Yeah, this is a great cat. Well, we have one that's 20, 25 pounds, and it just plops down and doesn't move at all. So, cats respond quicker than dogs and horses, or pigs, or cattle. Cats, usually it's just a couple visits. Dogs, it may be as much as 5 or 6. Horses, usually around that level also. So they're good, and I think it's because they stretch, so they're in better shape than some of the dogs that come in here, especially some of the corgis, which are overweight. Hi, you're doing so good. Yes, you are. You're almost done. You just have a minute and a half to go. Nice thing about cold laser too is that after you have done it, it works for months afterwards. So it kind of like jump starts the healing process, and without doing the laser after a while, it just kind of continues to heal, which is really cool. It's kind of like taking a Z-Pack for 5 days and it works for 10. This works for sometimes as much as 6 months. And you look like you're listening to what I'm saying there, which is very interesting, right? This is very interesting. I'm glad you're doing that to me. But cats are wonderful. They respond so quickly. And most of the people that come in here with dogs are jealous. But we've had a couple remarkable things with dogs here lately also, so pretty cool. Hi. You have such beautiful eyes. It's like, feed me
He
something.
goes with your outfit today. I mean,
Yes,
we
I
should
know.
just stick him in your pocket.
I know, the trick-or-treat smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. These ties, you know, they, of course, sit around for a year waiting to be shown. And there it is. Plus, it's part of my, Dr. McClure's likes to fool around with animals and people. Cats, dogs, horses, sheep, some of my favorites. Goats are not bad. Pigs are crazy. That's my most, that's the biggest challenge. But we have others. Camels soon will be happening.
Camel?
Yeah, so that will be interesting. I'm not talking about the cigarette either. it's a one lump. So that's what we did. We adjusted the sacrum, we adjusted the atlas, and we adjusted C6.